have worked very closely with our dealers. So I talked to you about the importance of the dealer council when we met here last year and I was new in the role. We had the opportunity to assemble dealer council for an additional meeting in November so that we could cover all of our go-to-market strategies for 2017 to get buy-in, because we knew that if we didn't do that, that we would have a tough road to hoe in the way forward. Then we brought in our field team in December, covered that with them, and then we went on the road. And we had regional meetings basically throughout North America where we brought dealers into 8 different regional meetings and shared our go-to-market plans so that we had a common platform for us to build on with what our sales and marketing approaches were going to be. Everything, product and promotions and, the pricing structures and what we're doing on distribution as well. So we stabilized that with what we rolled out to the entire network. And we also have had monthly calls with the dealer council, and we've also had webcasts with our dealer network. So I think it's important for you to recognize the changes in some of the structure before I get to the point of what are we hearing from dealers. A lot of the sales and marketing concerns that we've been hearing from dealers and dealer council have now shifted to the side of service and after sales support, and how we can have differentiating programs and support tools in place to be able to, for them to provide a higher level of service to their customers. So now we're working with those organizations within the corporation to help our dealers to be more successful on the service side. We have indeed, yeah. We've done a lot to improve our stability in our programming. We've reduced our complexity and really have done some things with making sure that we had the right things in the right markets for our dealers to be competitive, because that's our commitment that we're making to our dealers and to our customers, is that we're going to design products that are competitive or best in class, and then we'll have it programmed at that level. For us to say where are our customers, however far your arms can reach, you can probably cover that spectrum, right? I think where we have the most consistent application, the most engagement with our dealers and our customers is in Western Canada. So for those customers and those dealers and the networks that they have, the resources that they put in place is probably where we have the most consistent penetration in the PLM applications that we offer. The first thing we have to do is get the value proposition, and for the customers that today have been saying precision land management tools aren't for me, they don't add value to my operation, is for them to understand and see what those skill sets are. That will then drive the dealer network to say, I need to be in this business and I need to give greater commitment. Whether that's through training, whether that's through investment for their dealership to make sure that they're there for their customer needs. But that's what I see as the critical need of where we are. We know that the technology in all of our equipment is evolving, and it has to, because we know that everyone's trying to do more with less, everyone's being more conscientious on what their inputs are, everyone's being more conscientious on what their total costs are, and how do they maximize their returns based on the inputs that they're putting into their business. Again, I think for us to talk about the North American market and the diversity and try to come up with one standard answer with where people are with technology is really unfair to the entire customer base. We have different level of integration of all of the technology that we're bringing to the market that's really driven by the comfort level of the customer, the comfort level of the dealer, and the support that goes for both of them to make sure that when they use the technology, technology works. So that's the most critical piece that for us as a brand that we need to continue to evolve. We need to continue to bring our customers and our dealers along, because I think we can all appreciate that the introduction of technology is necessary, but also can be frustrating if not brought to market the way that it needs to show all the advantages and the productivity that comes along with it. Well, I would start with the completeness of the lineup first, right? I mean, when you look at full line ag manufacturers, the number of them is relatively small. And we have filled a considerable number of gaps in the lineup. So I've been with the company for 26 years. I can't remember a time where we had a lineup as complete as what we do today. And that can be in any of the segments that we're referencing. Well, I mean, if we take a look at 5 years ago, we weren't in the sprayer business, right? We didn't have a cabbed compact tractor. We had a spotty lineup in the compact tractor line. We didn't have maybe a refreshed lineup in some of our smaller tractors. We've taken the T4 utility tractor and basically pushed that down into the value segment for our customer base because it was a gap that we had. We've launched the PowerStar 65 horsepower to push that product down into a segment that we knew that there was a customer base and we've been very successful with. The T6 tractor behind you that's two-wheel drive now, that's all driven by the customer that said, in the T6000, we used to have a two-wheel drive customer in some of these operations that we still have a need for that. We're bringing that to market at a $10,000 discount for someone that doesn't want the four-wheel drive system in that tractor. With the launch of some of the balers, we launched those 2 years ago. We're coming with enhancements on that for some of the silage applications with some chopping rolls that go into those units as well to increase, again, the productivity. The extended bale chamber on the large square baler is another example of what we've put in place. I visited dealers on the West Coast. They talked about trying to get more capacity. We started with some bolt-on kits. Now we've taken it to the manufacturing plant in Zettelgem, Belgium, and we have it built into the frame, and we're getting 10% additional capacity out of that. That's a big deal to our customers, and it puts us basically in line with some of our competitors that have an extra density baler, and we're there with the 340 plus. The T7 heavy duty launch, taking that range up higher, somebody that wants a smaller tractor but still wants a better duty out of that and a higher horsepower, heavy duty offering. So, I mean, significant changes throughout the lineup that we've brought to the market, which is really in response to our customers, our dealers, and our dealers wanting us to have a more complete line. So we continue to work on that every day. I mean, we're launching our new, specialty tractors, which are primarily for the West Coast. Those are now landing, and those are going into those markets with very good acceptance. So I think no matter what product line that we're looking at, we are continuing to bring new product to the market and fill gaps as well as enhance and improve. I mean, we have to take a look at where we were and where we've been. We've been through, multiple levels of tier introduction on the diesel engines. We're now through that, right? Now we got to get to, stage 5 is still a possibility, but right now we have a bit of a lull. But then you can see that what we're doing all in the alternative fuels. We had focus groups for 2 weeks in New Holland, Pennsylvania with customers and dealers to have them run the propane tractor right next to the diesel tractor so that they understood the torque rise, the lugging ability, and all the features that come along with that to get over some of the fears of, I don't know about this technology and if it'll work for us. Basically, when they went from one tractor to the other, they said, wow, really impressive. And we know that we have some markets, whether they're municipalities, whether they're fruits and vegetables, but the cleaner burning, possibly lower maintenance, lower fuel consumption, can be a real selling feature for us in those areas. So those are things, again, that we are evolving, and we continue to move forward as a brand, because we know it's important for our dealers to have differentiating products so that they can be successful in their local markets.